my friend. So let's be social. Let's be social. Do you want to know what the difference is today with being social compared to how it was, in the days of our grandparents? So tune in. We're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about why there's two E's in be social, and that's on purpose. So my name is Jean-Serge, and I help entrepreneurs like you generate residual income from digital course strategies. So when I talk about being social, when I talk about generating income from courses, right? If you're thinking about creating a course online, it's a lot more than just creating a course. And if you want to make income from the e-learning boom, you don't have to create a course. There's ways to generate income. Anyways, we're going to talk about being social. When your grandfather was around, all it was just going to town hall meetings, going to local dances, and just generally being part of the community, right? There were dances, there were weekly meetings, there was the pub or the bar in town that everybody hung out after work, after evenings, whatever, depending, of course, on whether you were married and all those things. But that's no different than it is today, right? There's still bars, there's still people hanging out in discos and dance clubs. That's just part of it. People want to be in a group. They want to be connected with others. Being social is just a natural need that we have. And like I said before, because there was no social media, there was no internet, being social was physically being around other people, right? That's why families wanted big families. Like my mother's so my grandmother had like 14 kids. 14 kids. I'm not going to do it with my hands. I only have 10 fingers. She had 14 kids. My mother, is one of 14. And that's how it was. You had big families. If you needed to have there's other reasons for that. Obviously, it depended because they were on a farm, so there was a whole idea of sowing the land and all that, and taking care of the animals and everything. So they needed lots of people. That was kind of how it worked. But the thing is that it was about being social, having a big community, growing and being part of that, right? Today, we still have this same desire, the same need, the need to be part of a community. And how do we do that? Sure, you can still go out. There's still some meetups. There's still some stuff going on. And it's definitely important for you to go. If you're religious, of course, you go to church. All these things are still important to do, is being out there, being connected with people. That's why there's networking. That's why there's all these different things. But, outside of that, we've become less interested in going out and being out of the house. And we use social media a lot, especially the younger. They're learning that's part of their life. And as adults, sure, we tend to think we should take their phone away. They shouldn't be doing that. But remember, that's the world they're going to be living in. So it's better to understand how it all works and why it's so important. And maybe you're wondering, why did I put two E's on B? I'm not even sure yet, but I've been listening to another audiobook on the branding story. I forget the name of the author. I'll find it later, but it's an awesome book. It talks about branding, talks about your story, having a story for your business, that kind of stuff. And he talks about how Apple, when it came back from the Lisa fiasco, when Steve Jobs came back from Pixar and came back to Apple, and the new marketing was think different, right? And that's what Apple's been about. It's been about thinking different. And I was trying to think, what can I use as a brand story for my new website, right? The course site that I'm building, that's going to be really a social course site. It came to me, be social. I'm not sure 100% if that's going to be the message, but I think that's what's going to be my message, because I am building a lot of social components to that site. So it's going to be a site that's about courses, but about being social. And that's why I'm saying be social with two B's, because I want you to be a social bee. I want to be part of the social bee, revolution. I want you to be proud that you're a social bee, that you're part of that whole thing. So that's kind of why I'm saying be social. There might be another be social. I'll have to look it up and all this, but let me know what you think too. But anyways, so being social, like today, it's all about joining groups in Facebook. And LinkedIn and Twitter. Everything has groups, right? Ways of organizing things. On Twitter and Instagram, it's a lot to do more with hashtags, that kind of stuff, being part of those. And then, of course, There's joining watch parties on Facebook. They call them watch parties. And then on YouTube, of course, there's live broadcasts and premieres and that kind of stuff. There's all these things that have to do with making things about being part of a community, right? If you're engaging and commenting and posting in groups, and you're posting on social media, you're trying to be social, you want to be social, you might not even realize it, but that's a need that you have. It's an instinct that you need to fulfill. And that's why we're doing these things on social media. That's why social media is attracting us, because we're missing that in our lives. Of course, if you are super social and you're out and you've got friends, you got people coming over for supper every weekend, and you got all these things going on, maybe that's why you don't understand why people are on social media so much and why it's so important to them, because you're not needing that. But if you're watching this video, chances are you are on social media and you're trying to understand how to be social and what you need to do to build something on social media. Well, I'm telling you, you got to be social. So if you need to understand more about all this, of course, there's all the course income secrets, and there's going to be the website and everything else. So I'd love for you to join in the conversation. Let me know, how are you being social? Comment below. Let me know, what is it that you do to be social? How are you embracing the new technologies? All right, hopefully you got some value from this, and if you think anybody else needs to hear this message, then please go ahead and share. I'm sure they'd appreciate it, and I would too. And until next time, this is Jean-Serge Gagnon, and this has been Course Income Secrets. I'm just trying to find the mouse on my computer to stop this. It looks like my computer's super slow. I'm just trying to stop it. Trying to click on this. Let me just use the no, it's not working. I'm gonna have to end live video. Somehow my computer is completely, I don't even know if this is even recording right now. Let me see. There we go. Stop broadcasting. Stop streaming.